guys. Today I wanted to discuss some cleaning solvents that I use. Obviously I mean on here I do a lot of shooting, and I've kind of through trial and error found a lot of stuff that has worked for me. Some stuff not so much. Stuff didn't work too good is now gone. What I've found though in general, pretty much everything on the market nowadays works pretty well. There's different degrees. Some of the stuff is a little bit milder as far as bore cleaners, solvents, and stuff like that. You know, it's not going to be great for like a heavy duty job where you've been out shooting 400 rounds and you're not cleaning until the next day. But you know, if you're just busting through a box of ammo, some of that mild stuff works fine and you're cleaning it right away. So there's a lot of stuff out there, and one thing that's very important, I want to remind people, make sure you're wearing gloves with this stuff. Some of these chemicals, pretty much all of them, are extremely harsh, and they will seep into your skin and get into your bloodstream. And you should also, I kind of forgot to bring one here, but you should also make sure you're wearing goggles. Because you clean some of that stuff happen to splatter into your eye, and you're going to be in a world of hurt. Some of the stuff, like I said, is very harsh. First off, my first one here I have to show is COP. This one here, I mean, obviously I'm in the military. Everybody knows that by now if you've been watching my videos. And of course, being in the military, we use this more than anything. So I've always used it, and it's always worked well for me. It cleans. It'll clean it good enough you could eat on it. The only downside to it is that it is a very mild cleaner. So it is going to take you a little bit longer to clean stuff. So while I use this more than any other cleaner out there, I have found, you know, if I'm doing a quick job, some of the other stuff does work a little bit better. As far as lubricant though and protectant, in my opinion, I don't think it gets any better than this. There might, let me rephrase that. There might be some better lubricants out there, but as far as protectant, I don't think anything protects as well as this does. So that's the first one. A couple other standbys I use a lot. This here is Break-Free Powder Blast, and it's marketed under Winchester. This, you'll see bottles of it just say Break-Free, and it has their logo on there and everything, you know, similar to this one. The ones that are not marketed as Winchester runs for about 10 bucks a bottle. You can find this at Walmart for $5. So for half the price, it's the exact same thing. It's just got the Winchester logo on there. So keep an eye out for that. It works very well for cleaning out your action. This here is Outers Nitro Solvent Gun Cleaner. It's pretty mild. I actually just kind of like the smell of it. It works pretty good. I use it, like I said, I use it for a lot of mild stuff. It works great. The old standby hops. Everybody's familiar with that and how great this smells. Works pretty good. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's mild, but I mean, compared to some of the other stuff on the market, it's not quite as strong. But I mean, it works good. It works good for pretty much, you know, every purpose that I've used it for. A couple different ones that you might or might not have heard of before. This one here is it's called the Weapon Shield, and it's made by Steel Shield Technologies. I haven't used it a lot, but I've used it a little bit, and it seems to be an extremely good lubricant. But it's their type of COP. Cleans, lubricates, protects. So do a Google search for that. They have a website, Weapon Shield. It's Weapon Shield, Steel Shield Technologies Inc. So Google that. If I remember to, I will post a link to it. Another one here is JB Bore Cleaning Compound. This really thick stuff here. This is good for if you're shooting like black powder. Or excuse me, not black powder, stuff with like lead bullets, like, you know, you're shooting an old 45 Colt, something like that. Works very well. Action Lube Plus from Brownells. It's pretty thick stuff too. I haven't used this a whole lot. What I did use it on, it worked pretty well. I stuck some of this down in the action of a M1 Garand. It seemed to work pretty well. Another solvent, Brownells Ed's Red. This stuff here, if you've ever used this, you know how well this works. And this one here, it's pretty strong stuff. It'll clean everything out. Definitely recommend that. A couple things you might or might not have heard of. Slip 2000 makes this, it's called the EWL instead of CLP, it's EWL, Extreme Weapons Lubricant. Works very well. And with Slip 2000, all their stuff is water-based. Excuse me, this is not water-based, I'm sorry. Their cleaners, their bore cleaner is. This here's the, and when it came, some of this, in the box, some of the stuff had leaked out, but it's a 725 gun cleaner / degreaser. Label's kind of faded on there from the stuff leaking out and getting on it. But this stuff here cleans very well. It is water-based. Some people don't like that. It works great for me. I haven't had any issues. It's nice thing about it, it's biodegradable, and it does not have a strong scent, which is nice. If you're ever cleaning, like sometimes I clean in my kitchen, my guns. I have 3 little kids, as I might or might not have mentioned in my videos. All 3 are under the age of 5, so I need to keep I need to keep a watch on them. This stuff here I can clean when they're around, and I don't have to worry about the harsh fumes and stuff like that a lot of the other stuff has. And then they also have this stuff that's carbon killer. What you do is you shake it up and you put some in a Ziploc bag with your parts, like your bolt carrier group, bolt, all that stuff. Put it in there with that and just let it sit for a while, and it cleans very well. And it's reusable, so you can, you know, whatever you use, you can dump it back in this container if you want. And it smells like oranges, so it's it smells very good. Actually, it smells very good, and it's biodegradable, water-based, and all that, non-flammable. But these are 3 really nice options right here if you are looking for alternative cleaners, biodegradable, stuff that you can clean in the presence of your family and not worried about, or you yourself if you're cleaning in an area that's not ventilated very well. This stuff here is works very well. I mean, you could argue about the issue of biodegradability, since you're, you know, obviously the liquid that comes out of your weapon is going to be filled with lead. So I mean, you could argue whether that's necessary or not, but to me, I like the fact that it has the clean fragrance without all the chemicals. And then to further that, some more biodegradable cleaners here from Shooter's Choice. The Aqua Clean Firearms Cleaner Degreaser, and this here is their bore cleaner. These work very well. These are water-based also, biodegradable. These also have a great fragrance. And I've found that this and also the Slip 2000, the cleaner degreaser, they work very well. I would argue that they work just as well as some of the other bore cleaners are out there. So if you see them, give them a try if you haven't tried them yet. You'll definitely like them, especially, like I said, if you have small kids around. And I use a lot of Shooter's Choice, so a lot of stuff. I have lead remover. This here is their bore cleaner. This one here, I think, has to be one of the strongest smelling ones on the market, or not just strongest smelling, but strongest cleaners on the market. This thing here will clean about everything. Definitely make sure you have on gloves when you use that one. So here's their FP10. It's their type of CLP. This works extremely well. I use this a lot. I probably, as far as lubricants and CLP type cleaners, I use this probably, I would say, second only to the break-free CLP. This one here works great, and it actually has a pretty decent smell to it. It's kind of there's a little bit of like spiciness to it. This here's a high-tech grease, all-weather. I haven't used this a whole lot. I've used it some. Actually used it in one of my old surplus firearms. I stuck some of this down in the action. It worked pretty good. Extreme Clean Bore Solvent. This stuff here is a foam, and when you spray this down, it's going to sit in your bore and clean it. It's going to linger around for a while. It's going to really get stuff that's deep down. It's going to get it very clean. Works very well. Rust Prevent. I use this sprayed on, you know, some guns, especially some of my older guns that, you know, the bluing's kind of worn, stuff like that. I spray some of this on to help prevent moisture. It gets moisture off. And this is kind of nice. Some of the stuff, if you do expose it to water, it's nice to just spray it down with this. It displaces the water pretty quickly. copper remover. I haven't used this a whole lot, but it's kind of nice to have around on the occasions where I do want to remove some copper. There's buildup. And this here's another quick scrub action cleaner. I really like this one. It's polymer safe. Seems like probably 90% of the firearms that I use nowadays have some sort of polymer on it, whether it's, you know, it might be all steel, but it might have a polymer grip, or, you know, whatever the case may be, grip panels, whatever. Pretty much everything's got polymer on it somewhere. So, this action cleaner works very well. They also have just a regular, it's not polymer safe, but a regular, I think it's quick scrub 2. I use, the reason I'm not showing it to you now is because I went through all of it. I've used it. That works very well. So, Shooter's Choice works very well for me. So, anyway, that's it. If anybody has any other recommendations, I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I know everybody's got their favorite. So if anybody else has any recommendations or anything, send me a line, or if you has any questions or anything, send me a line. Semper Fi.